and just helping them to go back on the straight and narrow. And I see there's a positive future out there.
Yeah, well, that's a difficult job, isn't it?
It can be very challenging, but also rewarding as well.
Well, I take my hat off to you.
Thank you very much.
For doing all of that, which is brilliant. But you're looking forward to this bargain hunting now, aren't you?
I certainly am,
and we're going to have fun, aren't we? Can't wait to make a profit, I hope.
An eye for a
which
bargain.
is brilliant. Now, Kirsty, life is one great big drama for you, isn't it?
That's right, Tim, yes.
Why would that be?
Because I'm a drama teacher.
So you're Miss in school for
I am,
drama?
yeah. Just recently I've been made head of drama.
Have you?
At school in Evesham.
Well, congratulations. Sounds like a good job.
Yeah, it's a very good job.
You're looking forward to it?
I am. I absolutely love my job, and I love working with kids, and I'm really excited about it.
You're also quite busy on a Sunday night, and it's nothing to do with choir practice.
No, I like to go to a club in Coventry, which is R&B and soul on a Sunday night.
Is it?
Yeah.
And what happens when you meet your students there?
Well, we just casually say hello to each other and then move away.
What, they say, hello, miss? Oh, miss, what you doing here, miss?
Yeah. Well, it kind of gives me good street cred as well, though, Tim, you know, because obviously, you know...
They take you seriously
cool,
on the boards.
Yeah.
You're also familiar with antiques.
Yeah, my mum used to have an antique shop, and we used to scout around all the auctions when I was younger, and my mother-in-law was also an antique dealer, so...
Good Lord, it was all around you then?
Yep.
You're going to do really well?
Well, I hope so.
Well, I hope so, too.
Yeah.
What I'm going to do is to give you £300, OK?
Okay.
And we want big profits out of you, and we don't want to be let down. You're going to take the £300?
Yes, yeah.
Look at her, snatching it, Kirsty. Now, you know the rules. Your expert awaits, and off you go. And very, very good luck. Now, whoever are the Blues going to be? Aha! Here's me Blues. Dean and Stuart, welcome to Bargain Hunt. Now, Dean, you're a natural performer, aren't you?
I am, yes. I trained as a professional actor and did it for 20 years, treading the boards and appearing on the little square box in the corner of the TV room.
But then you changed gear.
I did. I wanted to do something a little bit more worthwhile for myself, so I retrained in holistic therapy.
And you want to open your own clinic, right?
That's my goal. Within the next year or so, I would like to open my own clinic and have lots and lots and lots of people working for me.
Working for you, that's the answer, isn't it?
Be
Nothing
your own
yourself.
boss. Yeah.
Good for you. But you met Stuart through the entertainment business, didn't you?
That's right. I worked for a very well-known holiday company.
The one that begins with B?
Yes, Billy Butlin.
Yeah.
But I was the entertainment's manager and show producer.
Right.
And we used to stage lots of different shows, and I needed a really, 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 really good choreographer.
Yeah, so what happened?
And we couldn't get one, so we got Stuart instead.
Oh, don't be like that. So that's how you met, anyway.
Yes. Yeah,
so
absolutely.
that was your job then, Stuart, was it choreography?
It was, yeah. I was a red coat during the daytime, and at night time I was a performer on stage and used to choreograph all the productions.
And what do you do now?
I work part-time as a barber and also part-time as a psychic medium.
Psychic medium?
Absolutely. It's diverse, but it's interesting.
Anyway, are you able to psychically predict how you're going to get on Bargain Hunt? Because that's what I want to know.
Yes,
Are you going to make a
definitely.
profit?
Absolutely.
What,
the best
huge
profit ever.
Oh, my Lord, that's quite a prediction, isn't it? I'm definitely looking into my crystal ball there. Right, here's the £300. You're going to take the £300. You know the rules. Your expert awaits, and off you magic.
Thank you.
So there we go. Ghostbusters, psychic, mediums, predictors of the biggest profit ever on Bargain Hunt, and then we've got those streetwise girlies. Whatever's going to happen next. Shopping with the red team today is Bionic Man, Kevin Jackson. And Nick Sainty, who will do anything to find a bargain, including kissing a frog who's with the blue team. They got 60 minutes and they're off.
Hi Kev, what do you think of this?
That looks nice. I would say it's probably sort of 19th century, and obviously it's an offerings plate from a church. I do like the centre and the way it's carved. This is very much sort of Gothic revival, and that was very much the sort of fashion at the end of the Victorian period.
Has this been hand carved then, Kevin?
Yes, this would have all been carved out with a hammer and chisel. And when you think that that's all been carved out of a solid piece of oak, it was a very talented hand that carved this.
I noticed some damage on here as well.
Yeah, I mean, that is a little bit of a concern. It's had damage to the centre and also a repair, and obviously we've got a little bit of sort of chipping on the actual sort of raised rim. But it's nice being complete. I mean, you do see these where they've lost the centre, so to have that is a bonus.
And what sort of period is it from again?
I would say it's from about sort of 1900, late Victorian. That was when Gothic revival was very much at its sort of height of influence.
Is this sort of religious thing popular in the auction room, though?
It can be hit and miss,
Yeah.
but we've got to get off the blocks. This will be our first purchase if you like it.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm really warm to this piece.
We like it.
We do. So, how much do you think it's worth? Nitty gritty.
Getting to the chase, I think in a local auction in Birmingham, it would probably be about sort of 70 to 90 pounds.
Okay.
Well, it's got 90 on the price tag there.
Well, we need to get some purchasing behind us, but you're going to have to do some work.
Right.
We're knocking down then a little.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Wink and a smile.
Go on then, let's go.
Right then.
Typical sun's come out now.
This is typical.
Hark! What the hell's that?
It sounds like a clanger.
You're right, it is a clanger.
What do you reckon?
It's brilliant, I love it.
Fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah.
What is it?
It is a model deluxe Swanee whistle or lotus flute.
And what does the expert think it is?
I would say that this is a model deluxe Swanee whistle or lotus flute. Actually, joking aside, they bought enough of it, registered patents in England and America, so, you know, this is a deluxe model.
And what's the flute made of?
For argument's sake, it's Bakelite, yeah. I mean, it's certainly so a form of plastic.
And what about the white at the end? Would that be ivory or?
Well, it looks like ivory, but I would very much suspect that it's just a different colour plastic.
Yeah, what about this bit here, all the rust? Is that rust or?
It's just a bit of corrosion. That's what you might expect. A bit of solder and a bit of corrosion from age and use, really. I mean, it's a super thing. I don't care what it costs. We've got to have it, haven't we, guys?
How much is it, Stu?
It's £30.
It's not expensive.
If you could get a few quid off, it'd be even more glorious.
If I can talk in clanger voice, then maybe I can get it down. So.
If you can negotiate him down, we've got to have it. It's a bit of fun, isn't
Okay.
it? Yeah.
Yep. Shall I go and try?
You go and do that.
Okay,
Go on.
He won't talk in clanger.
Yeah.
He will talk
You will
in
talk in
clanger voice.
clanger.
Look at this, made around 1880. The new slipper bedpan with instructions. This slipper should be passed under the patient in front between the legs. It gets better. If a flannel cap is made for the blade, fastened by strings under the handle, considerable comfort will be afforded. My, how things have come along.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh,
Very
that is
vibrant, isn't it?
gorgeous.
Yeah. One-off piece.
One off. Pool studio.
Alan White's room, whatever that is.
I love it.
Porcelain effect.
Really
Oh
good.
wow, look at that.
Isn't it?
That is beautiful. Right, it's a Paul studio piece.
And one-off as well.
And one off, yeah. £180 though, but absolutely stunning. Only thing that would concern me if you were to go for a thing like that is we're going into a general antique sale.
Okay.
I think if it was more of a specialist auction, then that would do really well. But at a general auction, are you going to have the right buyers there for it?
Yeah.
A lovely thing.
Oh, well.
Move on, press on.
Now, look what I found. You know how keen I am on these little boxes? Well, try this one on for size. It's oval, it's made of wood, a wood that's collectively known as bois clair, sort of pale wood, and it's got on the top an oval gold mount. There we go, solid gold and inset into the wood, and inside that mount is a glorious arrangement of human hair, expertly woven. And then to complete the picture, you've got that person's initials, MMC, inlaid again in gold in the top. It's glorious, isn't it? Traditionally, you think of these boxes as being for women because they were originally made to hold little black felt spots which ladies applied to their faces, sometimes to cover up a pock mark, sometimes to enhance their appearance. But this one contains something very unusual, and I'll take it out. There you got it, a miniature horn comb. And that's for one purpose, and it is to adjust your moustache like that. It's a moustache comb. So there you have it. Either this box was made for a woman who had a severe facial hair problem, or it was made for a gentleman. You've got it. It's a moustache comb box, circa 1810, and if you had a moustache, it could be yours for £48.
Will you stop that for... You'll wake the dead, for goodness sake.
Don't you like it?
What, that or you're playing?
No, both.
Well, no.
Oh, right, OK, fair enough.
It don't go with your eyes. It matches your teeth, though. How much is it? How much?
£80. I think that's cool.
I haven't got the money, Stu.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I've got no idea whether Alvari is a good make or not, but it's a very niche market, and going where we are, I think we're on a hiding to nothing for that.
I agree, yeah, absolutely.
Your musical talents aside, I don't think we got a chance. No.
I disagree, but I'm outnumbered.
But the cats would leave home.
OK, well, I'm still enjoying myself.
I absolutely hate it.
Oh, come on, Kevin, look at it. It's absolutely beautiful mahogany bed.
You haven't got to sell it to me, you've got to sell it at the auction, and this will bomb.
I'm a little unsure. I do think it's a beautiful bed, though. What about the fixtures and fittings? Are they all original?
I mean, it's an honest bed. I mean, it dates from the early 20th century. It's mahogany. It's inlaid with boxwood and ebony. But for some reason, beds just don't sell well at auction.
You see, I reckon, Chris, a nice bit of French polishing, it will come absolutely beautiful. I just think it's a fantastic bed.
Well, like I say, I think it will bomb. I mean, it does absolutely nothing for me.
Well, if we get it at the right price, we can prove Kevin wrong, really.
How
can't we?
much about is...
Well, the chap reckons 85.
Well, I'll give you 85 to carry it away.
Cheeky. Oh, you're getting down a lot more on price than that.
What are you doing to me? I'm going to go and get a cup of tea because this is going to bomb.
Oh,
It's just-
no.
What are they doing? What are they doing?
If you want to survey the world of antiques and prices and maybe find a bargain, then log on to our website, bbc.co.uk/lifestyle.
Stu, Nick, who's a clever boy?
What have you got there, then?
It's blue.
nice.
What is it?
It certainly is blue. Although it's unmarked, it's almost certainly a piece of Powell & Sons Whitefriars glass, and if I'm not mistaken, it's a colour called Kingfisher Blue, which in the shade it doesn't show to its best, but if I just show it up to the light there, you can just see
Oh, that's nice.
it looks brilliant.
That's gorgeous.
So although it has an exotic name like Kingfisher Blue,
Right.
the pattern is called Bark.
Bark. And what is Whitefriars?
Well, Powell & Son, James Powell & Son, originally Victorian London factory of glass blowers. They made traditional sort of Venetian glass and copies of ancient stuff, but this is very much 1960s, 1970s art glass. You know, it's a sort of nice sort of fashion icon, if you like. You know,
Yeah.
it's a marvellous piece.
I like it. How much was it, do you reckon?
Well, it's got £55 on
Right.
the ticket.
Do you think that's expensive, or will that make a profit?
If it's in a good auction house, listed on the internet, you know, this stuff very much is on the up at the moment. So, yeah, we've got a chance of making a profit at 55. If we can get something off of it, you know, I could see a 20, 30 pound profit in that. But of course, if we can twist his arm a bit, more the merrier.
Well, do you know what? It's a lovely young lady, and I'm going to go and flutter my eyes because it matches up blue. Lovely blue.
You go and do that.
Right. Bye-bye.
I've flown over to Stanford Hall, where an unlikely Englishman performed some extraordinary experiments, which, by all rights, should have got him into the history books, were it not for an unfortunate twist of fate. And his name? Percy Pilcher. If you've not heard of Percy, it's because his exploits were overtaken by a certain duo, the Wright brothers. In 1903, they were the first to fly a powered aircraft and instantly gained world fame in their Wright Flyer. But it could have been Percy, we remembered, in a pilchard flyer. Following a career in the Navy, in 1895, Percy Pilcher had his first glider flight in a glider called the Bat, with wings made by his sister Ella on her sewing machine. Later models followed, including the Beetle, which is said to be too heavy, and the Gull. But Pilcher was determined that he could fly as well as a bird, and eventually came up with a successful glider design, which he called the Hawk. And here it is, recorded in flight on a mural in the museum shop. And up above, we've got a replica of the original glider, which Pilcher flew on several occasions across the lawns here at Stanford. In an attempt to control the machine, he would swing his legs from side to side, rather in the same way that a hang glider pilot does it today. Truly, he was a man before his time.
He knew that to stay in the air and retain control, he needed an engine, and came up with this radical powered triplane design. A demonstration was set up here at Stanford in 1899, a cool 4 years before the Wright brothers' successful first powered flight. The crowd waited eagerly on September the 30th, but it was a blustery day, just like today, and as a result, Pilcher was under a certain amount of pressure. He decided that he'd leave his precious triplane on the ground and simply fly the Hawk. On 2 occasions he failed because the tow rope broke, but on the 3rd occasion he was successful and soared over 50 feet above the River Avon to tumultuous applause. His fragile machine collapsed in a squall, sending Percy crashing back to Earth. He landed here, which is now a monument erected by the Royal Aeronautical Society. Sadly, Percy Pilcher died of his injuries, and he set back the course of flying in the UK as a result by several years, enabling the Wright brothers in America to take to the skies. What an amazing man, though, to have got this far. Right now, let's go and find how far our teams have got back at the fair.
It's Kevin.
We've got to make our 3rd purchase, and I've just spotted that.
Right. What is it?
Well, this would have been from a big sort of grand house, and it would have hung on the wall in the servants' quarters. And when you were in one of these mentioned rooms there, you would have pressed the button on the wall, and it would have dropped the flag, and the servant would know which room to come and serve his or her master in.
What sort of date is it from?
I would say it's around about sort of 1910, something like that.
Did it run with electricity then?
Yes, it would have been electrically powered. As far as I know, I think they work from little magnets, electric magnets.
Right.
And is it a big call for these?
Yes, a lot of those houses that had them ripped out in the 1950s and 60s,
Yeah.
the present owners are trying to sort of put the original features back in, so
Right.
there's definitely a market there for it. I was at an auction recently where a bigger one of these went for about £180. It was in slightly better condition though, I will stress.
And is it easy to connect it back to working order?
As far as I know, they are quite simple to sort of have overhauled. Obviously,
Right.
you'd have to get a qualified electrician to do that for
Yeah.
you, but I think they can be done.
So how much is it?
Ticket price is £55. The clock's ticking.
I think we should go with it.
You reckon
Should
if
we
we
do
can
it?
if we can knock them down? I'm
Yeah,
all
sure.
for it.
Yeah.
Come on then.
And you think it's a good one, Kevin?
Yeah, there you go. He's over there.
Come on.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I mean, it's difficult, isn't it? Choices. Well, we're going to complicate our team's lives in a minute by giving them the opportunity of swapping one of their items for something of the expert's choice. So, will they swap or not? It's going to be a question of eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Dean, Stuart. Now, what do you think of this? Is this not a throne fit for a king?
It's a chair.
Well, you don't get any points for that, I'm afraid.
For what's it made of?
Well, I mean, it's a lovely piece of...
Wood.
It's a lovely piece of Victorian country furniture. It's elm, which...
Elm, right, okay.
Dutch elm disease is largely paid to it. Most of it's elm, having said that. But I noticed, just having a quick peek at it on the underside, that certainly the stretchers are beech, so they may or may not be replacements. But what I particularly like about this is a good, earthy country chair. Can you see these straight cuts across here? You know, these are actually cut by hand, you know, probably in a pit saw. And if you turn the chair back up this way, it's lovely just to see little chisel marks and knock marks on there. You know, it's just a wonderful. It just says something. It's a mark of the man.
Tatty marks.
Tatty. Well, I don't know what you call tat. Someone else would call patina. This is what makes it such a wonderful, genuine thing. It's polished in all the right places, and if you look carefully, you can see traces of the original paint. Well, it would have been painted to sort of brighten up a rather dull cottage.
And would it brighten up your living room?
I certainly would have one in my house. Yeah, I like it, yes.
By the fire or on the fire?
I think you don't like this very much, do you?
Do you know? You're very psychic. It could work well with you, you know.
And what do you think of it?
I'm warming to it, actually.
But
I think
in
it's
a-
quite nice.
Now, do you know what? The deciding factor, how much is it?
I was afraid you were going to ask me that. It's £260.
£260 for a wooden chair.
It's a bargain. You know, you go to the high street, you wouldn't get something that would last 200 years for that kind of money.
We haven't got 260 quid anyway.
How much have we got?
Got about 230 left.
I tell you what, you're a man who believes in fate. If we ask the man nicely, say we've only got £230 left, and he says yes, should we go for it?
Yeah.
Let fate take its course. Let's see if we can do the deal then, guys. Come on.
then.
Okay.
Time's up. Let's see what they bought. Kevin and the girls in red began with the Gothic Oak collection plate. Their next buy was the inlaid double bed. And finally, the servant's bell box. Now, Kirsty, Christina, this is your opportunity to swap one of your 3 items. And I guess one of the items that you want to swap is this bed, right?
Yeah.
Sure is.
Now, why's that?
Well, we decided that because the end here's probably been a bit stained by the sun in somebody's bedroom, that it might be a bit of an expensive repair job.
What did you pay for it?
60.
£60. But it's all complete, though. It's a lot for £60, isn't it? Anyway, you don't have to swap. It all depends on what Kevin's going to offer you. Here we go. Here comes Kevin. He's got his abracadabra silk out. OK, Kevin, reveal all.
Right, a little piece of silver. It dates from 1905, but a little bit more than that. It's actually a little lady's purse.
Oh, isn't that sweet? Nice green silk inside. Come on, have a bit of a gander at that. So any well-dressed girl going out at night would be having one of those swinging off her finger, which
That's it, being silver. Catch the light, catch the gentleman's eye.
Well, there you go. It certainly caught 2 ladies' eyes here, hallmarked in the great metropolis of Birmingham.
Yes, famous for our silver.
Famous steel silver, well done. And it's in good nick, isn't it?
It is all original. The lining looks all complete. It's got 1 or 2 small dents, but a good, honest piece.
So, the million-dollar question is, Kevin, what did you pay for it?
It cost me £70.
70 quid for this pretty little business. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Kevin, but the idea of this ring in the top, that a girl would go out at night, right, in 1908, with all her worldly goods in this little thing, and stick her finger through that and swing it around. Is that right?
Yes.
There we go. Do you like it? You do?
I do.
Do you?
Well, I don't know how much it would make.
What is it going to make?
Good question. I would like to think that it should make the best part of 100.
£100. Paid 70, so there's a predicted £30 profit there. So this is a difficult one. What do you think you're going to do?
I think we should go with the bed.
I think we should stick with the bed.
You think we should stick with the bed?
Yeah.
We have no swap. I'm going to take that back. We have no swap. But I have to tell you that we will be offering the little silver bag in the same auction as the bed. So we'll find out whether you were right not to swap or not. The Blues' first buy was the Swanee whistle. Next came the White Friars vase. They finished up with the elm armchair. Dean, Stuart, this is your opportunity to swap. I guess you were thinking about swapping the old Windsor armchair.
Absolutely.
Possibly. Yeah, no, definitely.
OK, fine. Now, why? What's the matter with it?
Well, I think it would look better in the fireplace and by the fireplace.
You want to burn it, you mean? Why
Well-
did you buy it?
We ran out of time, actually.
Did you?
We did. We ran out of time. We literally had a minute to go.
And how much did you pay for it?
£230.
You waited till 1 minute before the end of shopping to spend £230 on an item that you'd rather see in the fire? What sort of strategy is this? What sort of bargain hunters do you call yourselves? You're relying on Sainty getting you out of the soup with this swap, aren't you?
We trust him.
Oh, Nicholas, they trust you. That's the first big mistake. No, seriously. OK, give us a reveal and show us your swap item. Ta-da! Tell us about it.
It's a Scottish paperweight, Millefiori canes and a swirl. But the good thing about it, if you turn it over, it's signed and dated on the bottom.
In that tiny little cane on the bottom. Isn't that interesting?
Absolutely.
So do you know who it's by then?
Unfortunately not. I've had a good squint. Certainly can make out the date. It's not that old, 1997. But
Right.
it's very good quality one. I had a stab at Perthshire, but the initials on the bottom, JD, so I don't know.
So what do you pay for it?
Well, I don't think a lot, £50.
£50. Well, there we go then. So it's a collectible. People love these weights, don't they? Well, it's a difficult one, isn't it? You either go large or you go little.
And I really thought I'd won you over on this chair. I'm disappointed in you.
Right. What are you going to do then? Seems to me you've not got a lot of choice, you boys.
Not really. I personally think that's really cool.
It's very psychedelic.
Yes.
Would put your grandma to sleep, wouldn't it?
You going to swap?
I think we should
You are
swap.
going to swap?
Yes, absolutely.
You've got no choice in the matter. You've got to swap after what you said about this chair. But I have to tell you, whoops, that we will be offering the chair in the same auction as the paperweight. So we'll find out whether you were right to swap or not. Well done, Nick. At the end of the fair, the Reds bought the Gothic Oak collection plate for £77. I think they'll need a blessed miracle to get a profit. Next, they went for the Edwardian double bed at £60. Could be a nightmare or maybe sweet dreams. The third item was the servant's bell box at £40. Who knows, it might even summon up a profit. They rejected Kevin's silver purse. At £70, it could just be a pig's ear. Nick and the Blues started off on a high note with the Bakelite Swanee whistle for £25, a novelty item that's a bit of a hoot. Ha ha. Next, they chose the Blue Whitefriars coffin-shaped vase for £45. Not to everyone's taste, but it is highly collectible. They decided to opt for Nick's paperweight at £50, rejecting the armchair at £230. That could be a very prudent swap. For the sale, we've come to Gilding's Auctioneers.
Market Harborough again?
Now, this is a nice thing to come across. I wish I could find one of these every day hanging on a small sale room wall. A jolly nice little picture. It's oil on canvas laid on board, and if you look, there's the most lovely misty scene in between some wintry trees. You see how it's kind of grey and blurry in that middle ground? And here we've got glorious blobs of golden gorse sitting in the immediate foreground, and a lovely meandering path that takes your eye down to the wooded and hilly country down below. So, the first thing that strikes you is this arresting image. Then, if you look very carefully down here, you can see a signature. It says F. Golden Short, 1924. And that's a chap called Frederick Golden Short, who was a known landscape artist. He lived in Lyndhurst in Hampshire, so this is a scene of the New Forest, and is a glorious thing. Now, the next thing is, what's the auction estimate? Well, it's estimated at £50 to £80. And how much does Frederick Golden Short bring? Well, his pictures have brought the top end of £1,000. So, what's this baby going to bring in the sale? Well, you're just going to have to find out later.
Today's auctioneer is John Gilding.
Good to see you back there.
Very good. Now, Kirsty couldn't make it today, but Kevin and Chrissy are here, listening into our every word.
What an idea.
Don't let it put you off. The Gothic Oak collection plate is their first item. Now, there's a particularly useless object.
Oh, he's been hard.
Do you like it?
He certainly is,
The
isn't
carpet
he?
is very good, and my estimate of 40 to 60 takes into account that you still have the lid, although it's just had a little repair.
It's a little gem.
Well, you know the old saying, giving with one hand and taking away with the other, because they paid 77 smackers for this.
Wow.
And your estimate of 40 to 60 pounds, John, is absolutely useless to them.
Definitely in for a profit.
But that's where you sit, right?
That's where I
money-wise.
sit.
Keep him crossed.
So, sadly, at £77, it looks like a bit of a dead loss.
I don't believe it.
Now, the Edwardian double bed, that magnificent example of bow front technology,
Yes.
right, which is sitting outside, they thought about swapping that. How do beds like that go at auction?
Well, not very well, really, particularly as they've had their feet sawn off.
Has it been cut down?
Definitely, yes.
Oh, Lord.
That's Kirsty's one.
You've made your bed. You've got to lie
Got
on
to
it.
lie in it, yeah, for
And
sure.
it has no casters, and where the casters were have been cut off as well.
Yes.
Faded, quite
Faded.
well, badly faded.
No
because of-
mattress?
No mattress. But I think the market will probably just be about right for it.
Will it?
30 to 50, I think I said on that.
Well, he's more generous
Paid
than I was.
60. Yeah, he sure was.
£60 they paid for it. I mean,
Right.
it's a lot of wood and kind of
is.
stuff.
You're going to chuck it on the bonfire.
But, you know, difficult to see anybody buying that, isn't it?
Well, it is, although the Italians are perhaps just peeking into the framework again after having such a long absence, Tim.
What you're talking about is shipping goods, really,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yes, that's right.
So if we get a few shippers coming and hoovering up that sort of furniture, that
They
would be
might,
good, wouldn't it?
they might just
Oh,
have
well, then they
a
may
pleasant
be all right.
surprise.
See? Could fly off the shelves.
30 to 50 is the estimate.
Yep.
60 is what they paid. They thought about swapping it. They seem to have done the wrong thing there.
I'm yet to be convinced.
But it slightly depends on what the alternative was. And the alternative was this evening purse. There's one thing that Kevin likes is a little bit of silver.
Right, I can understand
particularly
that.
Birmingham silver. And he promoted that very strongly and they turned it down. And did they do the right thing?
Well, I would have thought, yes.
Yes.
My
What's your
estimate on that is 30 to 50.
Oh, he's coming in
He's
hard.
with us.
Well, he would have had them have it at £70, you see,
Well, in which case they were quite right
to hang on to the bed.
Yeah,
Okay.
because that has been used not only for carrying coins, it's been used as a battering ram as well, hasn't it?
Ah, it's a lovely little bit, that is.
Worth £70 every day of the week.
It was absolutely wrecked.
No, beautiful piece.
Well, they didn't take him up on it. They rejected the potential swap, so that was that. Now, the servant's bell box is their third real item. So, servants, John, got it at home, have you?
Not at home, but there's one or two homes in the district that have been refurbished, and the servant's bell, you know, the one on the spring coil, they always sell well, and I think the box will probably add to that dimension.
He's on the same wavelength as me.
Yeah.
Well, that would be great, wouldn't
I'm optimistic about this one.
How optimistic?
I thought 20 to 40, something like that.
That's not optimistic.
Oh,
That's
right.
pessimistic. That is, they paid 40 smackers.
Tim, gives a break.
Are you putting your estimate up then?
No.
Nothing brave like that?
No, nothing brave like that.
OK. I suspect it will do quite well.
Oh, Tim likes it.
And 40 quid for something down your back corridor is not expensive.
And it's still useful.
You might up your estimate, don't you? You secretly, you want to.
Perhaps.
Well, there might be one winner in the pack.
Yeah, possibly.
Now, the blue team, Dean and Stewart, they did this little clutch of objects here.
Right.
What about the Bakelite Swanee whistle?
Have you not tried blowing it yet?
No. You're going to give us a demo?
Oh, yes, please.
You love it, don't
Look
you?
at this.
Here come the clangers.
Absolutely perfect, this is.
Right, here we go.
Yeah, he's done that before, hasn't he?
Ah, great.
OK, so what's the estimate then?
The estimate on that, I think, is 30 to 50.
Oh, they paid £25.
Yeah, well, I think that's a really good buy.
OK. It's a bit of fun, isn't it?
Yes,
That's
it
the
is.
main-
If they don't make a profit on that, I'll be very surprised.
Well, there you go. So, well done, Nick.
Good man, yes.
See, that's why you're the expert.
Absolutely. He hasn't finished yet.
We're predicting a good profit for you. Now, the Whitefriars coffin-shaped vase.
Yes.
Yes.
Coffin-shaped vase. I mean, they had some wonderful descriptions, but I'm not a Whitefriars fan, I'm afraid.
Good market for it, though, isn't it?
Apparently so. And I still keep watching to see if I can catch into it, but I can't take to this.
Ooh, he doesn't like this.
That's personally.
Yes.
But and the marketplace
But the market
good,
is
isn't it?
going through the roof.
What's your estimate on that one?
Well, my estimate on that is a mere 25 to 40 pounds.
Amateur.
Yeah, exactly. Who is this man?
What does he know?
They paid £45 for it, you know.
Well, I understand that it's still well bought at that.
It's a come and buy me estimate.
Definitely.
So it might make £60.
Could make
Or
60.
£70.
Well, might do that.
Well, there we go. There's another potential profit there.
I think so.
He came out on our side.
Yeah.
What about the paperweight? Are you convinced by that?
Well, I think it's a lovely shape of paper, isn't it? Red, white and blue swirl, and it's signed and dated underneath. And I think I've sort of used a very nominal 30 to 50 pounds.
Nick Sainty came up strongly with that on the basis that here it is.
Yes.
It's a potential swap. They decided they would swap with him.
Right.
They backed his judgment at £50. They'll be disappointed with an estimate of 30 to £50, I have to say.
Well-
But on the other hand, if the buyers are about, which we hope they will be,
Oh, I'm sure they will be.
they'll take it away.
Yes.
On the other hand, it's not very old.
Well, 1997.
They're just picking holes in it, aren't they? Just tiny, tiny little
It'd be
things.
better if it was 1887, wouldn't
Well,
it?
wouldn't it be just? But then
No.
it wouldn't be here, would it?
But then you have to think about the swap, right? They swapped that paperweight on the basis that they got rid of that chair.
Oh, there's that lovely chair.
How do you rate that chair, John?
Well, what a wise swap.
I don't know whether to be happy or sad about it.
I think this is pretty pathetic myself.
I quite agree.
I
I
mean-
think it's awful.
I can't see any... well, there's no class to it at all, is it?
It's a country piece.
Well, I'm not sure it wasn't just the smoker's bow and they didn't add the superstructure to it, that comb back. It's a bad colour. The thing is what they used to call in the old days a dog.
I think he doesn't like this, does he?
I think I'd probably go along with that.
Would you?
And
Anyway,
it's
they
not a
swapped
pretty
out of
piece
it.
at all.
They paid 230 smackers for it. What's your estimate?
Oh, well, I put it at 100, 150.
Well, there you go.
And I'm hoping for some help.
You're hoping for some help?
Yeah.
Are you? What, you think you might struggle to make that?
I'm sure, yeah.
Oh, lordy. Well, it did very, very well then to swap out of that.
Oh,
and-
absolutely.
And grab hold of that nice paperweight.
Yes.
That wasn't bad, was it, really, guys?
No.
No.
I'm chuffed with that.
Yeah, that's not bad. Things are looking good for us.
OK, John. You're taking the sale?
I am indeed.
We'll be moving like greased lightning, won't we?
Yep, and
Yep.
get your bidding paddles going.
So, Christina, where's Kirsty then?
She's got work commitments, doing a drama thing.
A new drama job. Is it going all right?
Yeah, she's loving it.
Of course, what we can do, Kevin, is to blame Kirsty for all the losses,
I was
can't we?
gonna.
Well, that sounds good to me.
That sounds good to you. You're not going to make any losses, though, are you?
No, not at all.
How are you feeling about your expert? Is he done you well?
I don't know. It's doing all right.
It's doing all right. Well, there's a vote of confidence for you. Very kind. OK, well, the estimates aren't too bad, are they?
No, not particularly bad.
The collection plate is not brilliant, I have to say.
No, I thought that might make it.
Which is a pity.
Anyway, they might be wrong. It's a great crowd in the sale room. Let's get going. And the first lot is the oak collection plate, and it's coming up next. Here we go.
And the Gothic arms dish. Now, here's a good lot. With the carving and an unusual thing to have the cover with it to stop you taking it out once you put it in. But anyway, here we go. Lot 158 is £25 bid. At 25, I'd bid 25.
25, I need 25. That's not much, is it?
30, 30 bid 32, 32, 5, 35 bid 35, 38. 38 bid outside, and you're out inside.
Oh, looking dodgy.
£38 I bid. Have you all done? At £38.
I don't like the look of it.
Sold at £38.
Oh, no, £38.
Kirsty, how could you?
Poor Kirsty. Now, the double bed.
Just outside, under the canopy, and we put it up for you so that you could have a rest. And I have to start the bidding at £65. At £65, I bid 65. The double bed at £65. Have you all done 70?
You're in profit.
85.
You're going to have to give me some lessons, I think.
95. Still with me at £95. You're out in the room and you're out outside. £95 all done.
Dear, oh dear.
I take it all back.
£95? That's a profit of £35 on that? I can't believe it. Well, we've all been rude. Now, the bell box.
160 coming up now, please. The housekeeper's bell box. What will you say for that? £50? £20 I bid 20. £20 I bid 20, 22, 22 bid 22, 24 bid 24, 24. At £24, you all done? At £24, you're quite well. Sorry to make more, but I'm selling it, make no mistake. 26 on the dresser at 26, at 26 bid 26 sold. £26 sold.
So that is minus £14 then for the bell box. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Made that lovely profit on the bed. Plus 21, minus the 30, that is minus £18 overall. Now, the silver purse. Should you swap or not? Here we go. Comes up next.
164. The little silver cocktail purse. Bidding starts at £20. £20 I bid 20. 25, 35, 40. £40 I bid 40 on the right, on the left.
Could be. It's in the balance. It's in the balance.
Quite short and finished and sold at £40.
Oh no, £40. That's minus £30 on that.
Right choice.
Yeah.
I think you made exactly the right choice there. Anyway, overall, minus £18. Remember that pretty little picture, Frederick Golden Short? Well, it's coming out now. The estimate is £50 to £80. I reckon it should make a lot more.
515, the Frederick Golden Short. Lot of interest in this. Pretty little picture. £100 I bid. 110, 20, 30, 40, 150, 60, 170, 80, 190, 220, 240, 260, 280, £280. All done. All on commission, 280, 320. Still with me at 320 on commission. Finished and sold at 320.
£320. Well, not bad on a £50 to £80 estimate. Now, Stuart, Dean, how are you feeling, all right?
Wonderful, thank you.
And I'm very happy to see Nick Sainty here wearing blue, all sweet. Got the right colours on today. Corporate colours.
Absolutely.
Going to make profits then?
Yes.
Definitely. You pleased with your expert?
Oh, absolutely.
You pleased with him?
He's wonderful.
Oh, well, that's okay.
Oh, well, very right.
You get the vote of confidence there, then.
Don't you try to come between the two of them.
Very good. The Bake Like Swanee whistle. Everybody loves it.
Don't be there.
I think that's going to make a profit. That's great. And Nick, you spotted that white frows, didn't you?
Yeah.
You still standing by that one then?
Yeah, I like that. He wasn't so keen on it, but I like it, and it's on the up. I'm confident about that.
Yeah, well, that's nice, isn't it? Anyway, off we go. The first lot is the wee whistle, and it's coming up next.
And the whistle or the lotus flute. Now, I've had many a happy tune on this. 180 is the lot number, and you're all out. Bidding starts with me at £38.
Great, look at that.
38. At £38, bid 38, bid 38. Do I see 40 quickly? 40, 42. 42, bid 42, bid 42. Still with me on commission at £42. Sold.
£42? I don't believe it. Look at that. Next, it's the vase.
The White Friars. 181, and a lot of interest again here. £35 opens the bidding. 35, and a bid 35. The coffin vase, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, 85, 90 at 90. All done, finished and sold at £90.
£90. That's another £45 plus £45. Dear, oh dear. Now, the paperweight.
82. The mealy 4 paperweight. And this time I have to start the bidding at £35. £35 I'm bid.
£35.
£35 a bid, 35 bid, 35. Do I see 8 anywhere quickly at £35? All done.
No. Oh, no.
Sold. £35.
So the paperweight sold for £35, that's minus £15, which means that you are plus £47 overall. Plus £47 in profits. Well done. Now, the Windsor armchair.
The old dog?
What, the old dog?
Okay. 186, we're back on the furniture. The lovely big elbow chair there, the Windsor elbow. And I have to start the bidding at £125. 125 I'm in. 125 I'm bid, 125. I shall sell if you're all down at 125, 135, 145. Still with me on commission at 145. All done. Quite short then, finished and sold at 145.
145. Well, woof. Woof.
At least I'm not having to eat it, which is something or other.
145, that is 55, that's minus £85. Minus £85 on that. But it's a swap item, and it doesn't make a scrap of difference.
Today is a day of mixed fortunes, I'm afraid to say. Not particularly good fortune for the Reds. Oh. Or should I say the Red? Have you telephoned her to tell her how you got on?
I have indeed.
Yeah, is she crying down the phone or what?
No, she's very pleased.
Is she?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I have to tell you you're minus £18.
That's not bad.
Which is not bad, is it? Could have been a lot worse, because if you'd taken Kevin's advice, you'd be £83 down the drain. Anyway, we mustn't rub it in. It's bad luck anyway. And I'm going to wave goodbye to Kirsty down the old lens, because she's done very well too. Sorry you couldn't be with us. Anyway, brilliant. Great competitors, but for the blue team, the victors. Whoever heard of it? Profits. I'm going to be giving them money, which is brilliant. If there'd been no swap, you'd be minus £23 now, which would be a tragedy. But you did swap, and you are plus £47, yes. Which is very, very good news. Here's the 47, there's 45, I've got a couple of quiddo here.
Can you round it up to 100?
Now I understand why you did so well at Butlins. Anyway, just another joke. Congratulations, anyway, that's marvellous. What are you going to spend the money on?
Takeaways for a whole week.
Well, there you go. Have fun, anyway. It's been great having you on the programme. Join us soon for some more bargain hunting.
For more information about Bargain Hunt, including how the programme was made, visit the website at bbc.co.uk/lifestyle. Next this morning here on BBC One, an update of the news headlines.